Welcome to Sir Fritz Social Studies class in Philippine Politics and Governance. And in this video recorded discussion, we will focus on the topic of challenges to active citizenship and youth empowerment. So let us begin our discussion. Despite the achievements in active citizenship and youth empowerment, several challenges persist in Philippine political landscape. Yes, last time we've discussed that the Philippines is among the countries who practice democracy and also at the same time a nation that is very colorful when it comes to politics. Why? Because the citizens are very involved in political discourse and exchanges. And we are also involved in the governance of this nation. However, there are challenges and problems that this political engagement encounter. One of those is political dynasties and patronage politics. So, the persistence of political dynasties continues to hinder youth empowerment and broader political participation. Because when we talk about political dynasty, we talk about politicians like the trapos or traditional politicians here in the picture. Okay, where their family members become part of the government positions. Okay, it's like their wife, son, or daughter, or even their other relatives. Okay, so political dynasty is a problem because it limits political participation. Okay, instead of other person that will be doing or participating in political affairs, then it becomes someone from their relatives of those who are already in position. And that is why whenever there are political discourses or review of what needs to be done, it just becomes so biased and accepted right away with less criticism. It's because the other positions in the government are ruled and occupied by relatives who just accept what is being offered by those who are in power. So inana ka disadvantage ang political dynasty kay namin di ma-left out, and then power becomes what we call this kanang will only be concentrated on the limited group of people on a specific family, a clan. Okay, so mo na nakakapoy sa political dynasty. Kay ang uban nga ganahan unta may mong involved sa political or government affairs, di na lang. And to think about, the government is designed for the people. So therefore, political dynasty is really against the idea of democracy or the rule of the people. Also, patronage politics, meaning nanakay suki nga leader, suki nga politiko. So you just be so loyal to a certain politician or a certain ruler, then therefore you have given up your rights, okay, to criticize those who are in position. You have given up your rights, okay, to be rational about what's going on around you. So, mas na disadvantage sa patronage politics. It makes the subjects or the followers become puppets of the decision of those who are in power. Okay, so dili man na mahitabo ang political dynasty kung wa say patronage politics. Okay, mga loyal nga mga followers. Okay. Many local government units are still dominated by entrenched political families, making it difficult for new leaders, particularly the young people, to break into the political arena. Okay? So we have mga rising intellectuals, okay, mga bata nga mga bright, kamao, But then, as they enter the field of political exchange, the political scene in the Philippines, okay, ma-discourage sila is because they become powerless. No matter how smart they are, the others, or no matter how daghan kay sila mga awards or how significant they are academically, but then when they enter the political arena, they become powerless because the arena that they entered is already been established by those who have been there ahead of them. Okay? So mo na nga, there are youth today that are discouraged to take part in political affairs in the country kay anong manha pa man ta ay nga nanaman na sila diha. Okay, so that's the mindset, and that's why political dynasties and patronage politics is a threat to what democracy is all about. Also, the challenges in youth empowerment, active citizenship, and political engagement is what we call civic education and political literacy. Yes, these are important, okay, but without this, it becomes a problem. While youth engagement is growing, there remains a need for stronger civic education to ensure that young Filipinos are well informed and equipped to participate in meaningfully in politics. Okay? So we need to be educated with how the system works, okay, and what are the rights of every individual, what are our roles, okay, what is our contribution to this political system, okay, regarding the management and control of our resources and our fellow people. Okay, so we need to be politically literate. We need to understand the concept of power and how power is being exercised. Okay, and that is the advantage of the Hume's major, those who are in the social sciences, because they are politically conscious. You are politically conscious, and misuse of social media platforms and the spread of misinformation are pressing concerns that needs to be addressed, okay, because there are people who have no idea about politics and are very irresponsible on how they influence the others, okay, and that started to spread misinformation. They started to spread wrong ideas, okay, of how the politics of this country work, okay. So like fake news, disinformation, okay, very rampant in the social media. Why? Because anyone can just post and share their opinions in these platforms, these online platforms. Also, one of the challenges we have with youth empowerment, political engagement, and citizenship is economic barriers to participate. Economic inequality also limits political participation. So long as there are many poor people and few rich people, okay, it will be a barrier on how people participate in political exchange, okay, because it requires resources, okay, to be confident enough to exchange ideas. It also requires resources to be with other people and join movements, okay. Also, people with no resources can be paid by those who have. Okay, so to zip their mouth off, keep quiet, okay, remain voiceless. Those are people with no resources that are being paid by those who have. So many Filipinos, particularly those from lower income groups, face barriers to engaging in politics due to financial constraints. Okay, just like SK. So anyone can run for SK chairman or one of the SK officials, Sangguniang Kabataan. However, the youth are hesitant because you need to move around from different parts of the barangay, meet families, assure families or the youth that there will be something that will happen, and you have to spend a lot of propaganda methods, okay, just to make yourself known to others. So that's why elections in the Philippines is very costly, and if you do not have the money, you cannot win a position. So it really needs some financial support. And that is why without money, without finances, it's difficult to be involved in politics. So therefore, since there are many poor people in the Philippines compared to the rich people, those who have are few and those who have not are a lot, then therefore these barriers or problems in political engagement will continue to go on. So, addressing these barriers is essential to ensuring more inclusive political engagement. So, in conclusion, active citizenship, political engagement, and youth empowerment are cornerstones of a healthy democracy. In the Philippines, these elements have been integral in shaping the country's political history and driving its democratic reforms. However, challenges such as political dynasties, economic inequality, and the misuse of digital platforms must be addressed to further empower citizens, particularly you, the youth, to take active roles in politics. As the Philippines continues to navigate its democratic journey, the continued engagement and empowerment of its citizens will be critical in building a more inclusive, transparent, and just political system. So, the struggle should go on. The struggle to have um, a transparent and inclusive political system. And that can be done through political engagement, active citizenship, and youth empowerment. So we will end the discussion with a quote from Apolinario Mabini. Develop the special talents that God has given you, working and studying according to your capabilities, never straying from the path of good and justice. In order to achieve your own perfection, by this means you will contribute to the progress of humanity. So reflect on that because Mabini wants you to be good and wants you to be contributors to the world. And if you have learned a lot or few from this discussion, you can take note of your takeaways in your notebook, take a picture of it, and send it through the GC or send it to me directly. That covers everything, and thank you for listening. Goodbye.